Hey there, it's Jenny from Southern Savers. It's Monday night. I'm pretty sure it's been kind of one of those days. It could be any kind of, I don't know, what day of the week is it? That's kind of how I feel right now, but last I checked, it's Monday night, which means that it is time for our weekly Q&A. So this is your chance to ask any questions that you have, saving money, couponing, a deal that didn't work, or a deal that you loved, whatever the case may be. Just leave your questions right in the comments. And I will get to them, my husband will get to them, and then I'll answer them. So last week, my plan was mobile apps with a little bit of Amazon Prime, and we really ended up doing just Amazon Prime the whole time. So I wanted to give mobile apps kind of their moment in the sun, and I thought we would do them tonight, which for folks that join me every Monday night, we've done them a lot, but I thought to make it different, I would do, instead of just going through one by one, we would do my 10 favorite mobile apps. And I think it's going to end up helping us to hit a lot of different categories. And there may be a couple that we haven't talked about in the past. So that is what I have prepped. And we're going to try to work through them. But if you have questions on them, feel free to ask questions as we go through. I may end up saying, you know what, hold up, we're going to get to that app in just a minute, just so that we can try to get to all 10 of them as well. But that's our goal tonight. So I have my phone hooked up so we can walk through some of these apps, but it should be hopefully a good night for you guys to learn how to use some new apps if you aren't already using them, or to use some others better. So we're going to dive in. And again, if you've got questions, feel free to just stick those right in the comments, and then I will come back and catch them as we go through. But that way we can get through a few apps before we pause and handle questions as we go through. To dive in, we are going to start with the guy that we always talk about, which is Ibotta. So this is the easiest one to cover when we're talking couponing apps, because it's really the biggest that's out there. And it works almost everywhere, but it also is how all the other apps work. So once we understand how to use Ibotta, then we're really ready to go to use some of the other ones that are there. So to jump into Ibotta first, I already have it up. So this is Ibotta, and it's going to kick back out when I log back in there for a second. So with Ibotta, I go to the store, I buy what I want to buy in the store, I use a coupon on it in the store, and then I come home and I submit my receipt to Ibotta in most stores. Now guys, some of the stores are actually getting easier. So if you've been using this for a while and you haven't caught on, BuyLo, Food Lion, there's a number of them. So you see at the top of BuyLo, it says there's 2 ways to earn. I can either upload my receipt, or I can use my loyalty card. So it's semi-new, but if you're just getting started, this is a sweet way to not be overwhelmed by mobile apps, because there's nothing required of you except coming in and loading the offers that you want to use. So I don't need to remember to get all the products out and scan all the barcodes when I get home. I just need to scan my BuyLo card when I'm checking out, and I'm going to get that money back in my Ibotta account. No work required. So the only thing you're going to need to do is actually unlock offers. So you can see as I scroll through the plus signs next to items, that really means that I need to unlock it and add it to my receipt. I've got a little check mark next to the Neutrogena men's product. Means that I have unlocked that, and now all I need to do is scan the product and upload the receipt, and I'm good to go. It's unlocked. Or for BuyLo, buy the item, scan my BuyLo card, and I'm going to be able to get that back. So just to kind of give you that idea. Now, a few other things to notice on this Neutrogena men's. You guys hopefully can see. I know if you're on your phone, it's really tiny, but you see the little gray circle that is down in the right-hand corner of that picture. What that means is that this offer I can actually purchase more than one of and submit it on the same receipt or same purchase. So this one, and it says it right there in the details, may be redeemed up to 3 times. Now you always need to click through and see what that limit is, because it's not the same. So that one is 3. But there are going to be times when it's 5. So these Hershey Bites is 5 times. I go in, I buy them all at the same time. And then when I go to redeem, it's actually going to ask me, how many did you buy? And I'm going to hit the little plus arrow until it hits the 3 or however many you grabbed. You're going to be good to go. So one deal for my Kroger folks to throw this out there, because I bought this last week. This is like, I think it comes to 24 cents at Kroger right now. This is using a coupon from Sunday's paper a few weeks ago along with this Ibotta offer. So you can do that. This is icing on the cake. There's no reason to not be using these offers. And then definitely not when we can stack them on top of other coupons. So another one, if you don't have a Kroger, I actually just got this list up today. I told my husband I was going to try to see how many Target deals I could weave in. I literally spent probably 5 hours of my day working on a new Target unadvertised list. So yeah, it's all that my brain can think about right now. But this is, I want to say like 40 to 70 cents. The math is blurry now. So many deals in my head. But at Target as well. So it's on sale. We have a $2 coupon from the Sunday paper. And then we have this $1.50 Ibotta offer on top. So just so you kind of see the deals that it can make. I have to come in. I have to load them. And with loading them, it's really simple, guys. I click the plus sign. Sometimes it's going to try to teach you something. I don't ever read that. I don't know what it said. It'll ask you to take a poll. I just answer, whatever. I'm just trying to get them unlocked and move on down the list. But that's all you need to do. Now, a few things to note. We could make that recipe if we want to. We're not going to read them. A few things to note. Do you have to unlock them before you shop? It's kind of a yes and no answer. So if I'm going to upload my receipt, I actually could unlock them after I shop, even a day after I shop. You're fine. But if I'm going to use my Buy Low card or my Food Lion card or Lowe's Foods, there's a number of stores that are now card-based stores inside Ibotta, inside Checkout 51, the other apps that are very similar to this. I need to make sure that I load them either before I shop or right after. It would not wait too long because they're really going to tell Ibotta what you bought today. So don't hold off on loading them if you are going to be card-based for sure. If you're going to be receipt-based, then, you could take your time. They do require that you upload your receipt within 7 days of the purchase. So don't wait too long. And a problem there could be like these Hershey Bites that said that they were expiring soon when we clicked on that one, that it could go away. Just because this one's going to expire, which actually is 7/30, it's expiring next week. Sometimes they go away just because it's a really high value. So, this Neutrogena, for example, that's technically supposed to be there until January, it isn't going to be there in January. The more things that we keep seeing that line up with on that $2 off coupon, the faster this coupon is going to go. So it doesn't mean that 7 days from now, you're still going to be able to upload that receipt. I wouldn't wait that long to do your uploads, but you could. Just telling you how it functions. So now that I've done the receipt, this is everyone's next question when I'm first going to, like, whoa. We get that we're getting money. Where's it going? So all the money goes in the app. When you have $20 saved up, you can get it out through a PayPal deposit, a gift card, Venmo. I've never used that one. I'm a PayPal girl, but you've got a lot of options. So I just need to hit that $20 threshold. And guys, that isn't very hard. My Kroger trip last week, we ended up with $12 back just from that one trip. So $20, you're going to find is probably every maybe 3 weeks. I don't want to say that every single week you go to the store, you're going to have that many mobile apps, but 3-4 weeks tops, you should be hitting that $20 without a problem. So that is Ibotta and the gist. A couple things just tricks to teach you how to do it a little bit better. You can, up here on the search bar at the very top, you see the little tiny barcode over in the right-hand corner. And if we click on that, we can actually scan a product. Now, and it'll pull up and tell me, yes, there's $1.50 back on that Neutrogena Men's just from me scanning that product. So I actually, I may have slightly stacked the deck on what's next to me on the table today. I was trying to be prepared. But I could grab this and scan this guy's barcode. Oh, it didn't pull up yet. So I can scan another product. So if you're curious in the store, it's going to do that searching for you. So look, there's the $4.50. So you get the idea how this can be pretty sweet and pretty easy by scanning those barcodes and finding them faster if you're looking for specific items. So this is actually what I do when I'm going to submit my receipt. I already went to the store. These deals are on the Southern Savers shopping list, so I know what mobile apps I need to submit, but I go ahead and just scan items. That helps me make sure I've loaded them all, and then when I'm ready to redeem, so I click the redeem button, I've got them all loaded in there. It's going to ask me, where did I shop? Let's say I shopped in Kroger, a store that is not card-based. Then the next step, it's just going to walk you through this. This is really not tricky, so don't let it stress you out. It wants you to take a picture of the receipt. You're going to line the receipt up exactly how it tells you. Let's have one right here. So I'm going to take my receipt. Don't watch for a second there. It's not pretty, but you get the idea. Oh, maybe we can get it to line up right. So I'm taking it. I'm putting the top of the receipt in there. And then I'm going to just sit there and take one picture. It's going to let me add to that picture if I wanted to. I don't know if I can. We're going to do a really bad job. It's not a very good picture, but lets you at least see. So I could hit that plus sign, and it's going to move things to the top to help me line up the next picture, and so on and so forth, all the way down. So I'm going to cancel. They wouldn't approve that one anyway. You should do a pretty good job of lining them up. But I just want you to see how it works. So gives you an idea of what is there. With Ibotta, again, so you're going to see the deals lined up on your shopping list. What you may not see are the limits. And I wish that I had a way to make that super easy to have every single limit right there for you. But the limits for each item, so this Heinz ketchup, for example, the only way to see that is in the app. And so we don't pull the coupons directly from the app. We pull them from the Ibotta website, and those limits are not on the website. So some of the deals I've gone through and I've clicked and I've added the limits for every single one of them that I've looked at. But we're talking about 500 plus offers that are inside Ibotta right now. So I can't have limits on every single one of them. That would really take almost a full-time job just to constantly click items in the Ibotta app. So do make sure before you shop, if it's a deal you really, really want, that you check and make sure, hey, how many of these can I get? So maybe that's a perk for unlocking your offers before you shop, is being able to see, could I get 2 or 3 if that item had a higher limit? And honestly, guys, so many of them do now. So as you know, as we scroll through, most have a higher limit. Now, one to point out here, this Blue Bunny Snacks, it has a gray circle, but its gray circle is not a limit. It's actually that I have to buy 2 items. So this is $1 off 2. Not a lot of them in Ibotta are like that, but just so that you're kind of watching that one as well. So I'm going to jump to questions really quick and make sure that we don't have any Ibotta specific questions before we move on to other ones. And along that line, our next one, we're going to stick in coupon apps for a bit. So they kind of are exactly the same, and they're going to build right off of Ibotta. So let's see. Oh, Aaron, how do we use some of these newer apps with an old dinosaur phone? This is going to get tricky. So the older your phone is, the less likely that as the apps push out new updates, that they'll be able to work with your phone. And honestly, it's not the app's fault. So just to explain how that works from a developer standpoint, when we want to push out an update for the Southern Savers app, which we just did this week actually on iOS and on Android. So when we want to push out an update, we have to have the latest version of developer code to be able to do that. So Apple's forcing us, we cannot update if we're not on the latest version of developer code. And when they do that, it ends up making it where older versions aren't in that code anymore. So I mean, we're talking really old at this point for Southern Savers because we don't have a ton of like super special stuff in there. But just so you don't feel like they're doing it to you on purpose, it is not the app's fault. It is the phone. It is Apple and Android that are forcing that one. And yes, you may have a tricky part there with a really old phone. So some solutions, if you've got a tablet, I would work through a tablet for a little while on Android or iOS for most of these apps. Saving Star and Checkout 51, which are the next two that we're going to hit exactly like Ibotta, both allow you to submit a receipt online. So it may be for you, Aaron, that you take pictures of your receipt with your phone. I email them to myself with my phone or a digital camera if you don't even have a smartphone. And I can still do those two apps, no problems, with Saving Star and Checkout 51, not even needing a smartphone. So that may be the way that you go as well. Another option is just possibly looking for really cheap, newer phones. So you could go refurbished, you could go, non-name brand, especially on the Android side, and you could find a pretty decent deal on a newer Android phone that could run all of them. Oh, great. Lori says she loves Ibotta. So Ibotta is definitely, I would say, number one in terms of all of these. If you're brand new and a whole bunch of apps just stresses you out, Ibotta is the one that I would recommend that you start with because there are so many offers and they really do work at so many stores. So I've just mentioned two major grocery stores, but really guys like Family Dollar, Dollar General, Walmart, the sky's the limit on the number of places that you could use these mobile apps. So don't just think that it's the Kroger and the Bi-Lo's. It's all over the place. So that's the sweet part about Ibotta for sure. I even noticed the other day, one store popped in that I had never, it was a gas station. Spink's gas stations popped in on one deal. I was teaching a class and we all were commenting on that. So nowhere near having to just be grocery stores. Okay. Let's see. So Lynn's got a question that's not apps, and let's go there, Lynn, because this was one of my favorite questions. I went to Staples today with my Target ad, and this is for the graphing calculator deal. And for the 110%, they said it was tricky because it's 10% of the difference between Target's price and Staples price. So I only got $2 off. So Lynn, you know what? I will go and reread everything about their policy. But from everything that I knew, I kind of went to this launch that they did on their price guarantee. And they just made it seem that it was 10% of whatever the sale price was. They were going to make it 10% lower. So I'll read over it and might end up responding later because I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it and keep going live. But I will leave you a comment back. So it ended up being $2 cheaper than the Target price in the end, which isn't, super fun on that one. And I don't blame you at all for being disappointed. Will Sam's have a one-day sale for back to school? Lynn, yes. However, I want to say they just had it. So you're going to make me search my email really fast. But I do remember seeing something come across from them recently on a one-day sale. So I'll try to figure out if I can quickly what that day is. So let's see what we can get. And again, this one may not come up super fast either. These are good Stump Jenny make me dig questions. So we'll see if we can find it fast for you, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a happy one. So I'll try to find that answer for you too. Oh, there we go. Sam's Club. Oh, I knew I had seen it. This was an online one, online only. So I'll let you know. I have not seen anything then on an in-store. At least I wasn't crazy. I did get that email last week. But yes, they do have a one-day sale for back to school. My guess is it's probably still about 2 weeks away since I haven't heard about it yet. But they will run one. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Amanda says, Ibotta has been a pain to get a hold of. I haven't received a response for them in almost a week trying to change the phone number on my account. So Amanda, with Ibotta, if you go into their app, you can do a help ticket right inside their app. And I'm not sure if that's how you did it. I would assume this is what you did. But you click on your account, and then you click on settings, and that sends you to their help screen. And then from their help screen, and I'll try to share it here. So from their help screen, you can come in and then click on my support tickets, my profile, whatnot, and then make sure that you have submitted a support ticket that way. This is how I've always done it. If I have a receipt that didn't, I didn't get the offer back the way I should have. When they first went card-based, there were some things that I grabbed that I didn't get the money back for as well. So the support tickets are there, but it also goes through how to do other things, and you can enter support tickets as well through that. So you may have already done that, but if not, just so you kind of know, this is a good way to get a hold of them as well. Okay. Oh, Missy says, I always forget to upload prior to going to Food Lion and tried to take my cart off, but it will still not let me load after I shop. I have sent this question to them, no response. So with Food Lion, that is a tricky one as well, other than, yes, I agree with you. Obviously getting better at remembering to load them before you shop would be great. I do know that for me, it has been card-based for so long with Food Lion that I don't actually know that they will let you do a receipt anymore. I want to say for me with Food Lion, it actually forced me to enter my card information at one point. So I don't think you can take it out and be receipt-based based on, it's a very old memory. They were the first store to go card-based with Ibotta. So it's been a really long time. But I want to say I went to redeem and I was pretty much required to enter my card number. So I don't think you're going to be able to undo it. I think you're just going to have to get into the habit of loading them before you shop. And that may be really stinky for you. But just if you can start to make it a routine, even if you're sitting in the Food Lion parking lot, loading your Ibotta offers or loading them by scanning the barcode as you put them in your buggy. So that's what I'm doing with the Cartwheel app half the time when I'm in the store. Let's see. Okay. And with the Staples price match, oh yeah. So we did find a link to that, and I apologize in reading it. So it is that Staples will price match it, plus the discount it by 10% of the difference. So I just completely missed that one, and it is my fault, Lynn, on the graphing calculator that you ended up only saving $2 and not $10. I was super excited when I saw it on sale in Target and just kind of went crazy on Friday typing that one up. So, yeah, I apologize for my error. So let's jump back to apps. We've hit Ibotta, kind of covered it fully. Two other couponing apps that make kind of number 2 and number 3 for me are Saving Star and Checkout 51. They work exactly the same way as Ibotta. So once you fully understand one of them, you are ready to go with the other two. Saving Star and Checkout 51 are in cahoots together. So you do need to know that from the beginning. And with them being in cahoots, that means that if I see an offer that is in both Checkout 51 and in Saving Star, I cannot redeem them to both apps. It is not going to let you. So with Saving Star, if I come in and I want to load it through Saving Star, I'm not going to be able to redeem it through Checkout 51. And sometimes even printables, they are in cahoots with Smart Source printables. No one else but Smart Source. So there will be times that you also go to print a coupon. It's going to know that you printed it, and it's not going to let you redeem the offer either. You may not have even used that printable in the store, but that's what it's going off of. So these get a little bit tricky because of that. Saving Star really has become my number 2 and almost barely using Checkout 51 because of that stipulation to not allow you to use them with any other coupon. So with Saving Star, that's what we're looking at right now. They have a lot of different offers, but the one thing they do differently that no one else does is their one or many offers. So this one, for example, you go in, you buy $15 worth of Zone Perfect bars, and you're going to get $4 back in your account. So I have this loaded. You can see the gray line that is underneath the $4. that's going to track you. I do not have to buy all $15 at the same time, but I could if I wanted to. I actually have all the way until August 26th to purchase all $15 of this. Now, we've seen some sweet deals on Zone Perfect right now. Publix, for example, you buy 3 this week and you get $5 off instantly, plus they're $5 a piece. So that is $15. And it tracks you based on the sale price, not on the after coupon price. So if you go in and you still use coupons on that Zone Perfect, it's actually going to track you based on the sale price of the Zone Perfect. But just to kind of give you that idea of how they're going to work. Occasionally, we will see, I'm trying to see if any of these do, you'll see a little rocket ship next to your one or many offers. And that's going to let you like watch a commercial. Looks like none of these have them, but it's going to end up adding like $1 to your account as if you purchased $1 of that item, but you didn't. You just got a perk for watching that commercial. So that's how the one or minis work. The rest of the Saving Star offers exactly like Ibotta. I load the offer. I'm going to turn it into a little activated. Now when I go to the store, I come home and I redeem this. Now with redeeming, and just to show you on the stores, you can see how many of the stores are actually card-based. CVS, Food Lion, Lowe's Foods, Harris Teeter, Rite Aid, and that's just what I have plugged into my account. So there's a number that are card-based, not going to have to do anything other than loading the offers. So those are definitely the stores to always use. No reason to not use the Saving Star offers if they're going to be card-based. The other stores, we're going to take a picture of our receipt and upload it the same way you would with Ibotta. So you get the idea. You have $20 saved up and you can get that out through PayPal, direct deposit to your bank. You've got a lot of options with Saving Star. So hopefully that helps. Again, understanding how Ibotta works, having already done that one, we can kind of go through these a little faster. But that is the gist of Saving Star. If you don't want to look at all of them, you just want to see what you've activated, you can toggle back and forth on the top screen for that as well. So I don't think there's any tricks or tips here. It's just making sure you've loaded them and then heading into the store and buying them. Okay. And then Checkout 51, to hit this one exactly the same way. However, they've definitely gotten into the, you cannot use this with any other coupon or mobile app. Now, again, the only mobile app that they're tracking is Saving Star. That's all I'm going to say. You can take it from there. But that's the only mobile app that they're talking to. So if you read it, you decide what you want to do on that one. We're not going to go any further, but you get the idea. So with these offers, when I open them up, here's your warning. That third one down, cannot use this offer with any other in-app coupon or rebate. And you're going to see that a lot. Most of them are all a limit of 1. Occasionally it's a limit of 2 or 3, but it's pretty rare. And all I need to do is come in and load the offer and I'm good to go. It's not going to take long at all. Actually submitting your offers through Checkout 51 is quicker than submitting your offers through Ibotta, because Checkout 51 doesn't require that you scan barcodes and Ibotta does. So, they all have pluses and minuses. But it can be frustrating. So I'm actually going to show you a couple. If I can, let's do this one. You can filter by product if you want to. So let's come and look at personal care. There are some good personal care deals this week with some of these offers. And it just depends on where you want to shop. But got a lot of offers that you could use towards gift card deals in Target, since I told you I spent all day there. And other deals around town. But this one, for example, I'm pretty sure, yes, is a limit of 3. So that's right here. Always, and just so you can see where it is on the screen. It doesn't necessarily tell you that on this bar. And that's the frustrating part. Again, you got to click through them. Now, this one I will always have in your matchups what that limit is, because I can see it and what they send it to us. I just can't always tell you that with Ibotta. But with this one, I go in, I can buy the Dove. This one actually is going to require barcode verification. It tells you that one. Most of them don't. But I'm going to buy it. I would head to Target if you wanted to. There's an unadvertised gift card deal on dry spray deodorants. You can use this 3 times. The Target gift card deal is buy 3 Dove dry spray deodorants and get a $5 gift card. So you literally could just buy 3, submit them all through Checkout 51 if you wanted to, and you'd be good to go. There is also a Target Cartwheel. Can we use those together? That's a mobile app. Yes. So Target Cartwheel is a store coupon. It's really a store sale. You could still submit Cartwheel and Checkout 51 together and not have any issues. But hopefully that will help. So Paige, great question. And that question really, Paige asked, does everyone have the same Ibotta with the same rebates and bonuses? Let's apply this to all 3, Paige. So Ibotta and Checkout 51 can have differences based on the user. The values can be different. So there will be times when I will have a deal pulled up and I will tell you, let's go the dry spray. I'll say there's $1.50 off dry spray deodorant in Checkout 51, and you're going to pull up your app and you've got $1 and not $1.50. So we have different values for everybody. We also can have some different coupons, but usually you're still going to see the same brands. You're just going to see a different value. So hopefully across the board, you'll always find an offer. It just may not be as high as somebody else's. Saving Star, whatever Saving Star has, everybody has except, and I can pop back out and show you, but Saving Star has a fresh produce offer that technically you can only get if you have redeemed offers with them recently. So this is this week's, it expires today. But if I want to have grapes, it technically has to be unlocked based on you using Saving Star in the past to be able to unlock it. So that's the only one, though, for them that is kind of, I guess, a hidden offer. But you'll see it. You'll just see that it's not unlocked and you don't have access to it until you start to redeem some other Saving Star offers to be able to get that. Yeah, Chris says, if I pick up groceries, there's no receipt to submit. Will this ever change? So you're talking about like doing Walmart pickup, Chris, I'm guessing, or Target pickup. So there are a couple of options. You could go inside. This, nullifies the whole pickup and not going in the store. But you could go inside and ask for a duplicate receipt, and they can print it out from the register. In some stores, I know Target can. I cannot speak for Walmart, actually. But I would think they should be able to pull that up and reprint it for you. That receipt would then work for you. Ibotta is not working with packing slips at all, and I don't know that they have a plan to. So that's been probably the number one requested item, is to be able to use packing slips to submit for online deals. What Ibotta did instead, and this is really in their best interest, but Ibotta went and started offering cash back with online shopping. That's really what they want you to do, because they're offering you a piece of their affiliate revenue. They're really making more money on you on that one. They're offering you like half of whatever they're earning from the company. But that's their preference versus letting you use an online packing slip and then they didn't earn anything because you didn't go through Ibotta to make the purchase. So I think that's probably why you won't see them start to accept it. So Stephen, yes, the apps that we've talked about, I actually have a link to my 10 great mobile apps. One of the ones we're going to get to later, the last one that we're going to hit on, is not on the list, but I could add it for you, and I'll try to find that link too. Okay, let's keep going because, I will jump back to more questions in a bit. But just so we can hit them all. So, we've hit Ibotta, Saving Star, and Checkout 51. So if you're just joining in, you can, watch when we're done on those 3. I feel like we should add Southern Savers to the mix. I actually use it a lot when I'm out and about. So in terms of it being my favorite mobile apps for the night, Southern Savers does make the list. The big ways that I would be using it, if you are not already, is the item search and the database. Those are my 2 go-tos when we are on the go. So if I am in a store and I need to know, is there an offer for that right now? That's where the database is coming in. I actually had someone sending me questions this week on wanting to start their own couponing site, and they didn't even know what a coupon database was. So a database is your friend. I can't imagine trying to coupon and not using a coupon database. But it is in the mobile app. You can search for whatever you need. It's going to tell you what coupons are there. It doesn't mean that I can print these, in the middle of Publix, but it does at least let me know, is there a Publix e-coupon? Is there a Target cartwheel? Is there an Ibotta? While I'm looking at this item, the database is your friend. The other thing that I would point you to is the item search, and the item search is down in the bottom if you're on iOS, or it's in the top right-hand corner if you're on Android. But this way I can search specifically for something that I'm wanting right now in the store, and it's going to tell me where all the current deals are. It'll also search in the past or in the future for some deals that we, may not have actually pushed the list live. You'll still be able to see it. One other thing that I use the mobile app a lot for is the barcode scanner. So we're talking about price matching, but let's say you're walking through the store. I just happen to have this, and hopefully it's going to pull something up. You're walking through the store and you find a book, you find a DVD, you find a graphing calculator, or whatever the case might be. Scan the barcode on the back, and it is going to tell you who has that item. We're going to see if this book's available. Oh, yes, we would. I just downloaded the update. So it's going to tell you who has that item the cheapest right now, and then compare them all. So for this one, it's pulling up 3 results, Amazon, Walmart, and Books A Million. But if I was doing a graphic calculator or something else, you could end up with a lot more results. It's searching across, I think, about 15 different major online stores, but it's really the stores that Target and Staples and Best Buy are all going to be price matching against, because I can price match online retailers in Target, Staples, and Best Buy locally. So if I'm walking through and I saw something that I wanted, I could get it right then and get it for the best price. That's really our goal across the board with price matching. So those are the 3 huge ways that I use the Southern Savers app all the time, just to have a plug in there for that one for sure. So the next one that I wanted to mention is Fetch Rewards. Now, I've gotten a lot of folks, and it's pulling up, making this easy for me. I've gotten a lot of folks that have asked about Fetch Rewards in the past. So Fetch Rewards is not one that I actually have in the database for these specific items, because the point value on them isn't really always super, super exciting. So if I buy Classico pasta sauce, I'm going to get 350 points. That's 35 cents, guys. It's on a 1,000 points equals $1 ratio versus Ibotta, Checkout 51. Those are all dollar based. You buy them, you're getting it as money. It's much easier for people to grasp. So on this one, I've not really entered the point side. What Fetch Rewards is for you is really, it's data mining. You're giving them the ability to sell your data, and they're giving you a reward for doing that. So when you scan receipts, and it just walks you through how to do it, you earn points for scanning those receipts, and then you can redeem them for rewards. So 1,000 points equals $1, and you can turn that into gift cards if you want. So I can come in and I can search for, whatever it is that you're looking for. I've done 2 gift cards so far, one for Amazon and one for CVS. But that is the basics of this one. You're scanning your receipts and you're earning points for scanning your receipts. I would say for me, I've been using it for over a year now. I don't use it every single time that I shop, but I do use it on a pretty regular basis, and have earned a few points. I mean, I've gotten 2 gift cards in a year, so it's not a massive amount, but it is there. So if you want to try it, you're welcome to. I'll put a link in. If you use the code, you get to start with 2,000 points. I also get 2,000 points just to, be on the up and up. You can also share with friends and do the same thing. So it's, however you want. But that is a good one just for extra points for extra gift cards. I wouldn't necessarily try to make any deals out of the other points that are there. And I have had some issues with buying actually the things that it tells you to buy, and it doesn't recognize them. And it's a little tricky to come in and key them all in. But just so you can kind of see what's there. There's not a ton either. It's maybe 3, 6, 9. It's like 14 offers total. So definitely not the size of the other apps for sure when it comes to specific items. We're really doing this if you're cool with them selling your data. That's the concept. So This one I mentioned with a little hesitation because not everybody is cool with that side of things. But if you are, it's a good way to get some extra points. So lots of folks asking questions on back to school. So let me hit your questions really fast, and then we're going to try to hit the last 5. Made it through the first 5. So a lot of folks, in particular with back to school, are we going to see any more back to school coupons? So far, Maria, we've seen BIC. We've seen some pilot coupons. Those actually came out in, I want to say May or early June. So BIC and pilot are the only 2. I do expect that we will see, not next weekend, actually already have those coupons. They're already in the database. There are no back to schools in the 7/29 inserts, but my guess is the first week in August, which we will have next Monday night. That hopefully we're going to see some in those August newspapers. Usually we see a coupon for Elmer's, Sharpie, Expo, and a few other Uniball, a few other pen companies. So that's what I would be holding out for. I would not be buying your Elmer's glue yet. The price is going to stay the same. The price isn't going to change. So let's hold tight and just make sure that we aren't, or hopefully are, going to get some coupons for those items. And someone else was asking about backpacks. Brady says, will Pottery Barn kids have sales tax during tax-free weekends? That can get really hard with smaller websites, Brady. So the big websites totally follow back to school tax-free weekends, which this past weekend, you just missed it if you live in Alabama. But if you live in, I think there's at least 10 states running tax-free weekend this coming weekend. So make sure that you know. I can post a link because we already did a full roundup of whose is when. So I'll put that in the comments in just a second. But look and make sure that you don't miss it. So I know South Carolina's is this weekend. Georgia, North Carolina, you guys don't have one. So y'all just need to visit South Carolina. Florida, Texas is the last. They went for the latest date of everybody else. So they're not this weekend, but you get the idea. Small stores online, though, it's really hard for them accounting-wise to do tax-free based on your location. So not a lot of them are going to do it. It's our major stores that are going to do it. Does Pottery Barn fit into small or major? I'm not sure where they're going to go. What I might do, if there's something you really want on tax-free weekend from their site, is actually maybe calling their customer service line and seeing what they could do over the phone, especially if it's not offering you a tax-free online. So kind of escalating it a tad and seeing what customer service can do and sharing, it is tax-free weekend. This is why I'm here and this is what I want to buy. And hopefully they would make you a happy customer through their customer service line. So someone else was also mentioning that it feels like the sales aren't as good as they were last year. So Maria, I had someone else send me this message too recently on Facebook. I agree with you. And what's lacking this year over last year in the office supply stores, we're not seeing any rewards deals or penny items that we've always seen in the past. I think that that's probably a sign of both of those stores are struggling. We saw Staples and Office Depot / Max close a lot of stores in the last year. And this is probably the effects of that. So in the past, we've seen Staples easy rebates on deals. We've seen Office Max and Office Depot rewards, which you get back after the purchase on a lot of deals. We haven't seen a single one except for batteries 1 week from them. So I would love to say that August is going to be amazing, but usually these deals start off strong. So the fact that we haven't seen them yet kind of makes me think we're not going to see as many of them, and that what we have right now is a taste of pretty much what we're going to have for the next. We have about 4 more weeks max on back to school. So I don't know that it's going to get super wowing beyond what we already have. And that is a disappointment for sure. There are still some great prices. They're just not those penny items and reward deals that we've always had in the past. Okay. So let's jump back in to other apps. And I want to go store specific for a second. And really we could do a whole video just on store apps. And if you look, a lot of you guys know I keep my apps in little buckets because it makes me happy. So you can see all the stores that I keep in my apps. And some of them, Kohl's and Zulily aren't necessarily local stores. But most of them are the stores that I'm regularly in and shopping. But the 2 that I use the most, and since this is all about which ones are my favorite, are Target and CVS. So we'll just kind of cover them quickly. But Target, the main reason here is Cartwheel. Target Cartwheel used to be its own separate app, and they merged them together. So when I open up the Target app, I then have to click on Cartwheel right there. So I click on Cartwheel. That's going to open it up in its window. If you've never used Cartwheel before, you should be. I actually was helping a lady today, like, no, you should do this right now in the store. She said, I forgot to do it at home. Like, well, get your phone out. You can do it right now. There's no excuse. So we want to click on the dog. This is my pattern. This is what I do when I open it up. Click on the dog, and then in the right-hand upper corner, instead of sorting by newest, let's sort by discount. Show me the good stuff. I don't want to see everything. I want to see the best. There are over 600 Cartwheel offers right now, and going through your phone, it's going to be impossible. So give me the 40%, give me the 50%. When I see them, all I need to do is click the plus sign and they're loaded. So we just change that to a check mark. These are your own sales. Cartwheel is brilliant. Whoever came up with Cartwheel, they should have gotten a massive bonus from Target, because Target is going to give me 40% off of Always and Tampax Pure and Clean. But if you want to buy them and you don't use Cartwheel, you're paying full price. How great is that? It's a sale, and it's a huge sale for some of us, but only for the people who take the time to get it. Can you get any better for the store? That's really why. For them, from a marketing standpoint, this is brilliant. It's also brilliant because they can see what we like to purchase. This is tracking your purchases. It's tracking what you're taking the time to select offers for. So, I mean, just all around what they get from Cartwheel is huge for them. But that's a whole nother story. So we're going to come in just to open these up too. With Cartwheels, they are all good, and I'll try to highlight this so you can see it. Oh, it's not going to let me. So each, in the fine print, each Cartwheel offer is good on up to 4 items. So I could go in, I could buy 4 of these Ocean Spray whole berry juices. I'm going to get 40% off of each one of them that I buy. If I don't buy all 4 today, let's say I buy 1. I have never had this juice in my life, but I get home and I decide that it's amazing. Then if I come back into the store before it expires, which is it's expiring next week, I come back into the store and I buy 3 more, I'm still going to get that 40%. It's still in my account. So you have 4 times to use it, and it does not have to be in the same transaction. So a little tip there. Sometimes they'll run 5% off of milk. And if you're in the store regularly, I don't need 4 gallons of milk today. But I could totally use 2 this week and 2 next week, and you can do that. So don't stress. As long as your coupon is still good, you can still use it however you'd like. The other sweet part about Cartwheel is that we can pair it with other offers. So let me actually just search specifically. I'm trying to think. It was Arm & Hammer, I think, that has the one. So right now, if we went in to Target, we've got 3 different Arm & Hammer offers. These are all part of a huge gift card offer this week. It's buy 2 participating laundry items and get a $5 Target gift card. It doesn't sound huge yet, but there are probably 40, 50 different participating items. And then we have coupons to use on them. So I could head in, I could use, this Arm & Hammer liquid detergent. If you had a paper coupon, you could still use that. You're still going to get the gift card back. So these Cartwheel offers kind of stack in on top of other offers. Another one, again, I warned you guys, I spent all day in Target mode, so we could talk Target deals for a while. This week, if you didn't know already, there is a $10 off and a $50 purchase of kitchenware and home decor and all this. Plus, we have Cartwheels that can pair in as well. So all I need to do is use my store coupon before everything else. But when my total is $50, then I could use this Cartwheel and get another 10% off. So Faberware, there's a 15-piece pots and pans set. You're going to get 10% off of that. You're still going to be able to use your Target coupons as well. So these are all over the store. They're not just grocery. They're household. They're kids. There's some back to school in here too, guys, as you're looking for school items. So let me jump back to that. So we have a whole back to school category because I came in and clicked on the dog. Last week it wasn't there, but they have added it to the circles now. So when I click on back to school, it's whatever they feel is fitting the mix. So right now there's 8, but you'll see this kind of continue to build. But you get the idea. So all of these are going to come off on top of any other coupons you had, which is great. Now, other things that are in the app before we move on to CVS. In your wallet, you'll actually find all of the in-ad coupons right here. So if you didn't get the Sunday paper, you just get your inserts in the mail, or you just deal with printable coupons, you don't do with the Sunday paper, you're good. You've got all your Target store coupons right here. So our $5 off kids apparel, 10 off kids apparel, 10 off home. You get the idea. I just keep swiping to the side and I keep finding all the others. And then our gift card on Pepsis and sodas and snacks. I can also pay with my red card here. And I'm not going to pull it up, but if I open my wallet and I use my thumb, it will open just my Cartwheel barcode that actually lets me pay with my red card in the store. I don't even have to get anything out. I don't have to use anything at the point of sale machine, but I've paid. We've gotten the red card 5% discount, and we've gone our merry way. So lots of things that you can do inside that. Now, one other thing here, because I showed you with Ibotta, you can also scan barcodes. I'm trying to think if I have anything near me. I don't think there was anything for this guy, but we'll scan them anyway. So we can scan a barcode and it will tell you if there is a cartwheel. So there was no cartwheel on that, but there are cartwheels on all of these items, which I think is great too, because if you are the competing brand, that would be a brilliant idea to always be able to pop up every time they scan Neutrogena. But you see how we could go about that. So I assign this task to a kid, and their job is to scan everything that goes in our buggy. Just make sure there wasn't a cartwheel on it as we put it in the buggy, that we didn't miss it when we came in the store. And it makes it really easy. So that is Cartwheel and Target in a nutshell. And super fast CVS, which we've also hit on in the past for just CVS Hangouts. The one thing I use CVS for is you can come in and you can click on deals and rewards. Come on, buddy. And then what I use this for is being able to see all of what is going to print at the coupon center for me. So I don't have to get into CVS and be in the dark. Am I going to be able to do this deal? Am I going to get that coupon at the coupon center? I know every single offer. Most of them I have preloaded, but you get the idea. I can see every single thing right there, and then some. I've got a ton of store coupons right now. But I don't need to get into the store. I'm not even to the manufacturer ones yet. I do not need to worry about what I will or won't have. It is always right there for me in the app. They also have a lot of coupons that you can load in the app too, that are manufacturers. I don't usually do a lot with that. Those are the only 2 that I've loaded. But I do load all of these guys usually. So you could see as we scrolled through how much I had already loaded. That was all store coupons. So just a fun way for CVS on that one. And usually just the coupon side when it comes to CVS. Now, there are a lot of other stores. Like I mentioned, I have them all in a bucket. So there's a reason to have lots of the apps there. The main reason that I use most of these store apps is that I find that it's faster to search for their coupons in their app than it is to search on their website. Because like Publix, for example, I can't search the Publix site by brand for a specific coupon, but I can search their digital coupons for a specific coupon. So I can come in and I can search for Gillette and boom, they're right there. I don't have to go digging to find these like I feel like I need to on the Publix website. So that is the main reason that I have all of these store apps, is to find their coupons faster. Someone was specifically asking about Bilo. And Bilo and Winn-Dixie's new program. I would recommend that you go ahead and grab their mobile app for right now, only because they are saying from a corporate side, ooh, don't hold them sideways, from a corporate side that they're going to be putting in some specific offers just inside their app as a way to kind of push the app. So I would, if you are, the worst that you do is delete it in a week, but I would go ahead and put it on if you're a regular shopper. And I just saw someone else's pop in. Do I use the Walgreens app? So Wendy, I don't go to Walgreens very often, but I do use the Walgreens app when I go to Walgreens. And I do have it. Does that help? So the reason I use the Walgreens app is again for the coupons. and the fact that they have, and they've hidden them from you, so you have to do a little hunting. But they have specific coupons just for you that are inside their app, and they used to be right at the top. Now you kind of have to you have to do a little digging to get to them. But when you're in, you want the suggested for you, and usually that's where you'll see under the suggested for you if you have, an extra 5,000 balance rewards when you buy $20 or any of those. That's what makes Walgreens better, and that's the section that you want to look at in their app. I don't use it for anything else. However, if you are a regular Walgreens shopper, one thing that you can use their app for is their health rewards that they offer. So it can connect with Apple Health and give you points for walking. It doesn't give you a lot. It is not exciting in that sense, but if you're a regular Walgreens shopper, it is something and an easy way to kind of turn your walking and your exercise into more things by linking that in the Walgreens app as well. Okay, so that was a bonus. We weren't going to go Walgreens, but that's okay. Just for you, Wendy. So next on the list, I wanted to talk dining, and again, I have a number and they're all in their own little pocket. It doesn't mean that I eat out really ever, but the one place that we do regularly eat at is Chick-fil-A. So it makes my list because of all of the mobile apps for dining. Their rewards they are the best by far. So not only is your cow calendar in here, which I hope you've already heard they're not doing next year, but I can just click which one I want and boom, use that at the register. And then I can also constantly be tracking towards our next treat. So we pay through the Chick-fil-A app. You don't have to do that to earn your treats, but you do have to scan your phone every time you check out, whether that's in the drive-thru or at the register, so that it will track your treats as you go. But it is pretty sweet. I also have to say that I love the fact that I can come in and see past orders and just hit reorder. I cannot tell you how many times that we've been out and about, and this just even makes my husband happy because drive-through for him is just so stressful. It's either me yelling over or kids having to make a complete list so that he just doesn't get stressed out by it. But hitting the button and hitting reorder, that's a happy thing. So the treats all the way around. Another tip that we've learned, if you are a regular CVSer, is to actually come in and any CVSs that you go to on a regular basis, coming and see how it has a little heart next to it, doing that inside the app. So if I go there and putting a heart next to it, it just kind of, it's like saying that this is my store, though it saves them. So for us, when we travel, I end up getting treats from these individual stores. They show up in my app. I don't have to use them at that store. And the next time I open the app, I've got free cookies and free this and free that. And it's all just these treats from the individual store owners, I guess, trying to get you to come back into the store, but you're going to be able to use them anywhere. So it's kind of a fun little hidden fun part of the Chick-fil-A app. Okay, so let's see. I've read that it's possible to use a receipt from the Walmart Savings Catcher app instead of a physical receipt with Ibotta, since there is a QR code on them. That may actually work for folks. So if you have not tried using the Savings Catcher app it's really the Walmart app that's holding on to your past receipts, you could attempt that through Ibotta if you wanted to, because all Ibotta needs is to be able to scan that QR code at the bottom. That is a great one. I don't go to Walmart very often either. It and Walgreens both make my not always needed list, but that would be a fun one for someone to try and let us know how it worked. Okay, so Sheila is saying, how do we redeem the cartwheel? So Sheila, I didn't pull it up, but inside Target, inside your wallet, if we come in our wallet, and I'll go outside of coupons, you would scan this at checkout and you're good to go. So I haven't hit you'll see my payment screen doesn't show anything. This is just to scan Cartwheel. I'm going to get all of those % offs right there at the register. You can also load in gift cards into this. You can load in Cartwheel into this, and then it's actually going to pay for you right at the register too. But if you just wanted to use Cartwheel, you're good to go. So you're going to scan that barcode. If you do not have a smartphone, or you have a dinosaur phone, as Aaron was saying earlier, you can actually print that online from cartwheel.com or cartwheel.target.com. And your barcode never changes. So you could print it. I've had friends that have done this. You could print it and laminate it, and it's your personal Cartwheel card if you wanted to go that route. It's always going to take that % off right there at the register, just like a coupon, but it's your own set of sales. That's really the best way to look at it. So Judith says, I loaded a PNG coupon to Publix, but it did not appear. Is there any way to correct it? So Judith, I've had some issues with Publix digital coupons not coming off lately as well. And for me, I have just gone to customer service and shown them that the digital coupon was loaded and that it didn't come off of the register. That one is going to be on a store-by-store basis as to whether or not they want to give you that money back or give you that money. For me, it was in a Publix gift card, which is fine. But I would also call Publix corporate and complain as well, or leave them a Facebook message. You know, their customer service is really good from a corporate standpoint and letting them know, like, this isn't working. So the last 2 trips that I've made into Publix, I've had digital coupons that were supposed to come off of the register that didn't. I've had others that did, but some that did not. So, and it's not because I didn't buy the right thing. So I'm going to say across the board, if you're having issues, that it's not just me. So letting customer service know, and then in the store, and then letting corporate know as well, just so that they can hopefully get it fixed and figure it out. Okay, so 2 more, and these are not coupon specific. But the next one that I would recommend is Raise, and I keep Raise under dining for me. But with Raise, and it's, I haven't logged into it recently, so it's not going to let me show you without logging in, and that takes me too long to remember what my passwords are. But Raise is a gift card site, and they have a great mobile app that's going to let you search, but it's also going to hold on to any of the past gift cards that you've bought so that you can just show them right in the store, scan them, and they're good to go. Raise is how we will do date night sometimes. If we can't decide where we want to eat, we open up Raise and we see what restaurant's currently running a gift card offer so that we can head to Chili's and get, you know, a $25 gift card, but only pay $20 for it or something like that. They're not always $5 discounts, but Raise does regularly run coupon codes as well. So, watching for those is a fun one. I keep Raise in my little dining bucket. So I may not be able to open the app, but I can at least show you the logo there. So Raise is on the top line right next to Chick-fil-A. But it is one that we regularly use, you know, along those lines. And this wasn't in my list. It is Atom Tickets that also gets regularly used if we're going to a movie, which is probably like 4 times a year. But Atom does routinely run coupon codes. So when I say Atom, not Adam, but you're going to be able to use coupon codes. One tip here, guys, if you've not ever used this app with coupon codes, I can actually book a movie months in the future. So don't look at a coupon code. Now, if I post one, don't look at it and think, I don't want to go to a movie. Look at this. We could go all the way out to The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Anybody want to? So don't look at a coupon code and think, I'm not going to the movies this week. If they're running, you know, a $5 off or buy one, get one movie tickets, go way out if you want to, because you can do that. You can do that with any movie that is on here in a theater that you will be at. So yeah, I mean, all the way, we're into next year. So got to think outside the box, but it's a fun one too. There is a fee for using it versus getting your ticket at the box office. So just make sure if you are using this one that you are using a coupon code that's going to definitely wipe out the fee and then some. So just so you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. Okay. And then the last one that I wanted to mention is Robinhood. And I have not ever mentioned this to you guys. This has nothing to do with couponing. But since we are talking saving money and my favorite apps, it's going to make the list. Now with Robinhood, I'm going to show you my Robinhood account, but you need to keep in mind that this is like long term. We've been using this app for quite a while. And my husband's probably like, you shouldn't do this. But Robinhood is your own way to invest with absolutely no cost. So only do this with a little bit of money if you don't feel like you're smart, because this is real investing and you could lose money. So we have done, I was trying to, back up. So I'm going to put a link in, and if you use the link that I put in, you get a free stock to start out with. So there's no cost to use Robinhood, but you get a free stock. I also get a free stock for sharing it with you. So this is Robinhood. You can come in and plug in any apps that you want. My husband's sitting here, please tell them you are not a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. These are the shares that I currently own. Guys, I've spent a long time playing in this, so I don't expect any of you to be able to come in and just be able to buy a share of Home Depot. But literally, I own one share of Home Depot. So we're not coming in and buying, 10,000 of anything. I'm not, some major stockbroker, but it has been fun to play around with in terms of how things have worked. So Home Depot had a bad day today. He's orange. He's not green. But overall, you can see down here, I've made $4.39 with Home Depot in the one share that I own. It isn't a ton of money, but it's been fun. I've always enjoyed kind of watching the stock market and playing a little bit. So I have tried to invest in things that I know. I'm invested in some stocks that are health related because I know those. My husband used to do engineering for a laser firm, so we kind of got to know Northrop Grumman and some of those. So those are also other ones. But today was not a good stock market day, as you can tell. And then I have some that I watch. I don't know that I want to buy Apple. I don't know that I want to buy Facebook, but it's interesting to kind of keep them in here. So you can start in Robinhood with literally like $20 if you want to, or nothing. So if you click on the link, you'll get the free stock. You don't even have to put money into the account, and you'll get that one free stock. So you could start with absolutely nothing, just your one free stock if you click on the link that we put in there. I have it set to just kind of put a little bit of money in every month, and then we're good to go. And then you can see how you've done over time. So for us, the past 3 months have been kind of rough, but going out in the last year, we've made $230. So again, I'm not a financial planner. This is just kind of playing around and a fun way for me, because I look at this as being so much better than my bank. My bank is not paying 8%. So it's just an easy one to do. Now, someone else has asked, Paige is saying, have I tried Stash? So Paige, I researched them all pretty hard. The problem for me with Stash and some of the other ones that are doing little bits, so Stash and Acorn, if you've ever heard of those, they all work, he's going half screen. They all work about the same. They're taking a piece of what, you bought something for $1, they're rounding it up and they are investing it for you, is to look at some of the fees and to look at what they're doing with what's left until you have enough to invest. So the more that I researched it, I was not a fan of those as much as I was with Robinhood. So again, with Robinhood, there's absolutely no fees. You can buy, you can sell. There's no buy or sell fees. And I can send it all to my bank tomorrow if I wanted to. If I said, you know what, we're done. Stock market's had a bad 3 months. We're not doing this anymore. And that is what kind of sold me on it. And there are lots of other investing apps. You just need to compare how they're using what sits in the account that's not invested at the time, what they're doing with that. And with Stash and Acorn, they're kind of making a chunk of money off of that money. And then, what can I do in the process? So Robinhood does not allow you to buy a piece of a share. So if that's what you wanted to do, you wouldn't be able to do that with Robinhood. But I started off, and I can open it back up just to show you. So I actually started off with some, what I would call penny stocks. When I didn't, I was just playing with it and just figuring it out. So this right here, Invax, I wouldn't necessarily get this one either. They haven't been so pretty lately. But it is a company that's working on a new flu vaccine. That intrigues me. That's my whole nursing background. But if I want to put $10 in, I can actually buy multiple shares of stocks that are super cheap. So just to kind of think about that one if you're looking into it. So I wanted to throw that one out there. It's an investing. It's more long term. It's not couponing, but it is one of my favorites, and it's kind of a fun way to play around, just do some research. It does allow you to do stock research inside the app as well. So if you can't decide where you want to go, you can see how they've performed and whatnot over time. But could be a fun way to go around. And Jessica, yes, if I were to sell or they pay dividends, I am going to get a 1099 from that, and I would have to pay taxes on it. For us last year for Texas, it was $3. You don't pay taxes on what it's gained until you sell. So if you're buying and selling all the time, yeah, you're going to owe some taxes on those sales, especially if you're always buying and selling high and buying low. For us, it was really dividends because I've bought these and sat on them. I'm a long-term, I'm not a day trader, but just so you kind of get that one. How long will the Atom thing last if you buy the promotion? So, Deborah, your tickets are good forever inside Atom. Once you buy them, if you open up the app, it'll show you what tickets you have purchased in the future. So you can click on settings, and then you go to My Orders under settings, and you'll see whatever tickets happen to be there or happen to not for you if you haven't bought anything in the past. But that is how you're going to find it inside the Atom app. Tickets, settings, and then My Orders to be able to see anything. So Receipt Hog and Receipt Pal. So Sheila, those are just like Fetch Rewards. They're doing the exact same thing of Fetch Rewards. However, they don't necessarily have the bonuses that are on specific items inside those. It's really up to you. I'm not a huge fan of the data mining and the selling my data. So even with Fetch Rewards, I don't use that app as often as I could to really get a ton of points back. So I have been hesitant to jump in on even more of those, but you can. Same concepts. You're earning points, and then you redeem those points for more gift cards if you want to. So Beth has a question not related to apps, which is great. So Beth says, are there any good laptop deals this week? So Beth, there are. I put a few of the deals in the Staples list and one in Office Depot Office Max, I'm pretty sure. Staples has a few, though, that are decent prices this week. And again, with laptops, the big thing that I would recommend that you look at isn't necessarily always the hard drive space and things like that. Most of us are not going to fill up these hard drives that they're putting in. It's the processor. So it's making sure that you're getting the fastest computer that you can for the money. And this week we have an i5 as low as $459. So to share that one with you, I'll slide them over so I'll get out of the way. This was right here. It's a 14-inch, but that was one of the better ones to grab. And that's the i5. I know you've got some others that look like this, though. This is not. And you can actually do some comparisons, so you can kind of highlight. Oh, it won't let me. So this Intel Pentium Silver, highlight that. You can actually run a processor comparison. Google it. Just this versus this, and it'll pull it right up and tell you which processor and how much faster this processor is over this one, for you to kind of decide where you want to go. But there's an i3 as well, which is still a great processor. That is $359. So they're all kind of right here. All I did was go to Staples website and pull up laptops, and it kind of sticks the deals right at the top. But that is where I would head to specifically for laptops. Target had 2 in their ad. They were really sad. I wouldn't head to Target. Staples always tends to win on laptops. And guys, if you don't have a Staples nearby, they're all online, as I was just showing you. So don't feel like you need to have to have something right there in town. Darlene, favorite gas app. So for us, we use Shell a lot because it's the 2 stations that there are literally 2 Shells at our exit that we're passing every time we come home. And so that's where we tend to get our gas. So I do use the Shell Fuel Rewards app. Not a ton, but it's there, and it's a way to earn some extra fuel rewards. It's more just being part of their rewards programs. You could use Gas Buddy. That is a great way to find who has the cheapest gas as you're traveling. But for me, a lot of times where we're going to get gas is based on where I have gotten a gas station gift card from the last time that I was in Publix. So sometimes it's not necessarily who has the cheapest by the penny, but but it's who we currently have a gift card for in the store. So I'm not always using Gas Buddy either, unless it's to look for a specific store. Where is the next Shell station? And sometimes even that, I'm just using my map to find those stations. But Gas Buddy would be the one that I would recommend if you were to go. In terms of traveling, we use the Waze app a ton, as well as we're, just talking general mobile apps. If you've never used Waze, Waze is pretty sweet, and I guess could save you a lot of money. So Waze is telling me that my car is parked outside. But so with Waze, I can come in and it'll actually show us all of the traffic between here and Charleston, it appears. So if I want to see everywhere that there's an accident, everywhere there's a road closure, I can see all of that super fast. If we're, driving home and you're on I-95 and you're wondering why in the world I-95 is not moving, you can come in here and see that too. So we don't go anywhere. We've actually made it a verb. We don't go anywhere without Wazing the trip before we go, just so we know what we're going to hit, or so that we can do a detour around it if we need to. So that would probably be the main one that we are using travel-wise all the time. So Paige says, I have to restart at CVS. I accidentally let my extra care bucks expire. Just wondering, is there any one deal that will help me to get started again at CVS? So Paige, let me look up the list for you. I had to do that last week. So it happens to us all. But I did, with us going to New York, let all of them expire. And it was a sad moment. But I have no doubt that there are some things that will definitely be able to help you get there. So let me do a quick rundown. There are a lot of cosmetics deals, Paige. So I don't know if you've got a lot of CVS store coupons. I have a ton of store coupons for cosmetics that would probably pair in pretty sweet to make some deals there. 29-cent deodorant on Mitchum deodorant, maybe another one to grab as well. So I would stick with the deals on the Southern Savers list that have the acorns, at least to start with, and go from there. Stay Free and Playtex are also really cheap with Retail Me Not with Checkout 51 and some other offers. Yeah, there's no freebies though. That's the hard part. Folks you only want the freebie. But there's definitely a lot that's less than $1 this week. So I would say grabbing 2 of the smaller ones, maybe the Mitchum deodorant, and the feminine products, maybe doing those back to back would help you to get started pretty quickly again. The TI-84 that we were talking about, it is $99 at Target right now. So you have 2 options. And again, I already have to apologize because you can't price match it as great as I thought it was. But it's $99 at Target. You could either grab it at Target and use your red card and get 5% off with the red card, or head to Staples and they are going to make it 10% less of the difference. So in Staples, it is on sale this week for $115. So that difference really should be 25 bucks. It should be $15. I'm not even doing my math very well at this point. So you're going to get 10% off of that. So for one person that left a comment, it was $2. If you have a Target Red Card, the 5% is going to be it's going to be almost $5. But that is the lowest that we'll see. We saw 89 last year. Potentially could see it go that low this year, but I don't know that we will. So the 99 this week at Target, neither price matching or Target Red Card is probably the sale that I would go ahead and take. Oh, and Anna, how much storage do I have? You're going to make me, I don't even know. Let me see. It's a lot, Anna, because I don't know. It doesn't even tell me on the back anymore. I don't think it's the big guy, but it is a pretty fast phone. And in case you're curious as to why I need a phone with so much memory, I will show you, because this is what my phone ends up looking like. This is the life of someone who runs a couponing site. So these are all my pictures from Target today. I have very few pictures of my children, but I have a lot of pictures of groceries. And I end up running into issues where I need to take more, and older past phones I couldn't take anymore. So this is a 6, but when I got this one, I did beg my husband for one with a little bit more storage to handle all my pictures. So yeah, it's a problem probably. Okay. Well, we are way over on time tonight. I hope that we talked about something new. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of hitting it from the approach of just 10, favorite apps that are there and hitting some new ones. But all in all, it's one we talk about a lot, so it can feel like an old topic for folks that are on every Monday night. But the goal was to maybe hit some new ones too for you guys, and hopefully that helped. So thanks for joining me. We are going to hit, actually, let me just pull up my little schedule so I don't tell you wrong. I'm pretty sure we're going to do drugstores next week. We haven't done them in a while, so we're going to hit CVS and Walgreens next week. We're not really going to hit Rite Aid, mostly because most of us in the South either don't have them now, which is where I am, or they're already closing. So my plan is just CVS and Walgreens next week, and then we'll go from there. So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope that it was helpful. Share it with folks if it was, and help them to get started too. And hopefully, you can join us again next week. So thanks again, guys, and y'all have a great night.